off the full deck list for both Commander precons and some cards from the main set that we know that Commander players are going
36
to want to
minutes.
see. But before we get into the cards, let's meet our esteemed guests.
Should we
Hello,
skip?
T,
I think
it's
we should skip.
CGB, Cover Go Blue, the
But
one
we
in
should
Best of One.
skip a
I
little
like to
bit,
play Magic.
And the face commander, Ashling the Limitless.
Right, let me hit pause here. I'm trying to go through this really fast. So I always start with the CMC. The CMC cost. So it's 2 in a red, which is pretty good for Commander. Gets out early, so that way you can actually make good use of the elemental spells that you're going to evoke for 4, and then hopefully get your color fixing and everything else going. So I guess the strategy with that is going to be, are you setting up to get Ashling out early and then do your color fixing, or are you trying to get your color fixing and then get Ashling out? It'll be interesting to see how people brew it. I'm be honest, I'm not particularly interested in actually brewing Ashling, but I mean somebody else is probably interested in it. So
This is
right,
a 3-mana elemental with a 5-color identity. It gives your elemental spells evoke and creates a temporary token copy of elementals you sacrifice. Then you have the option of keeping that token if you're able to pay all 5 colors.
It's pretty busted. We got to play with it a little bit before.
Skipping a little bit. All right.
At the beginning of each
So we go Mass of Mysteries. Wooberg. So, all right, you're probably going to be doing your color fixing to start off right start off right off the bat, because it's 5 different colors and you got to make it. So first strike, vigilance, trample at the beginning of combat on your turn. Another target elemental you control gains myriad. Sick. That's actually pretty sick. Okay, fun commander. Now, is it a powerful commander? I don't really know. I don't know a lot of elementals, to be honest. Like, I play them, obviously, but to really get value out of it is going to be one thing. So, initial reaction, I don't know. Have to take some time to study it a little more.
This looks like it's answering the question, what is an elemental?
Boom. All right, let's get to the
elementals. Let's take a look at the first one, which we'll use
first new card.
Belonging is a powerful elemental that creates 3.
I actually like this card a lot. I don't like that it's 6 mana though.
Even more value with Encore.
You know, I'm not the guy who actually goes into like the creation and then thought process of how they make cards, but when I cast something for 6 mana, like I really just want it to be out the gate doing something. And so when it enters, it does create 3 shapeshifters, which I like because I think that's just very powerful. I said this in the last video. Tribal is just going to be very strong in this set, and for all the commander decks out there. I don't know about standard, haven't played it in a long time, but creating shapeshifters, that's just adding value to whatever you want to do. Now the only thing is it's in white, which hurts my soul because the cards that I actually have tribal for are Lurgoyf and ninjas, and so I don't get nothing from this. It's okay. Moving on. The Encore effect is dope too. They actually go into about how powerful that is. You know, paying it's 8 mana though. I mean, you tell me what you're really going to benefit from off of that, but yeah.
Go away at the end if you can't pay Wooberg, but anything with an enters effect that leaves stuff behind, that is such good value. I mean, heck, even this in a tokens deck.
So each of these abilities multiplied by 3 is a lot.
It's a big swing. All right, well, that was the first in the cycle, but there are 4 others. Let's take a look. 4 more elemental incarnations complete this Encore cycle. There's Subterfuge, whose enters trigger gives a creature flying and has you draw cards when it gets through in combat. Lamentation's trigger can destroy any
Subterfuge
target
is pretty
creature
cool.
while also padding your life total. Impulsivity
Think about
lets
you get a
cast an
creature and
instant or
then something
sorcery
does
from
damage
any
for
graveyard
gaining
for free.
flying. You draw
And
that many. It's
Jubilation
pretty
gives
dope.
your entire board.
Give me a minute now. I'm trying to work here. Lamentation, you know, of course it's from the blur. Did they even talk about the card?
Lamentation.
There we go. Enters, destroy a target creature. Opponent controls, you gain 3 life. You can miss me with that.
Trigger can destroy
Impulsivity. When this creature enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from the graveyard without paying its mana cost of that spell. Seven mana Encore. I mean, the Encore's effects are powerful, but they're just I don't know, I'm kind of curious if like this is like a graveyard effect. I mean, I get it. Like if you're using Ashling as the base commander, right? You're gonna get these. These are gonna get sacrificed anyway once you do the bulk cost. And then you have the ability to pay 1,000,000 mana to do the encore. I wonder if there's something that like reduces the encore cost, so like casting from the graveyard. Because I mean that's just expensive. Does this Zonka count as a cast? It does not. It's actually an ability. So there's plenty of. Actually, I don't know if there's actually ability reducers for graveyards. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. Last one is Jubilation. When this creature enters, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until the end of turn. I see what they did there. So if you encore this thing just gets dumb, right? Okay, I see what they did there. I don't know, man. 8 mana is a lot. Like my commander games are usually fast, so for me to get 8 mana, I don't know. Like I would have had to buy some board wipes or rebuild and then cast this for 1,000,000 mana. I don't know.
And trample.
Let's see what they have to say
if you
about it.
want to get a game over and done with Jubilation, you are singing my song there, friends. Jeez.
So this is a new mechanic for elementals. We've seen Evoke on elementals before, but not with Encore. Why did you decide to go with this one for this?
I just realized
I think
Subterfuge
it's
is
really
a freaking
important
dolphin.
that cards in Commander
Bug
Precons feel
bird?
like Commander cards, and one of the best ways to do that is to put Commander mechanics on them. So I really wanted this cycle to both call back to what was cool about original Lorwyn, but then also
Smartest thing somebody said for Magic all year. Commander decks should have cards that actually highlight and better the commander. I mean, it's a new year, I understand. Give me a break.
really stand in the format on their own. So
I will say that having played just a little bit with these Encore Elementals, the feeling of a
I love the art on this. Look how cute.
All right, Spring Leaf Parade X 2 green enchantment. When this enters, create X 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature tokens with changeling. Oh my god! Creature tokens you control have add. Why is this card so powerful? I mean, even if X is just 2, I mean, who cares, right? You've made mana dorks. You've also made all your other tokens, creature tokens, tap for mana. You have shapeshifters, so now they're added to your tribal. Look, I wish I had made the video before I came back to YouTube because I said that the shapeshifters and changelings were going to be the key market point to look at for this set because I think the first thing was like the one that creates the mana vault like token, right? It's just a game changer that I foresaw. I don't know if it's really adding up to it, but looking at this card, like this is just the commander, like pre-cons, man. Look, shapeshifter changeling. It's just going to be a game changer for tribals. I think tribal is going to set up to be very strong this year. Like we just got out of Avatar. I said that in the last video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But you got so many other sets coming out. Like the heroes are going to be coming out here with Marvel. I mean, you're about to get some good stuff. This is great. And green, a lot of great decks have green in them. So
Cute
all
it
right.
is.
I'm tired of
Oh,
losing.
look at those spring leaf drums.
I wanted to highlight how powerful this card is because this is make X Birds of Paradise,
This
right?
is
They don't
great.
fly, but like basically.
Yeah.
a lot of 1/1s, and then maybe get back Jubilation from the graveyard. I'm not telling you how to live your life.
Ooh, this is a huge ramp piece to get back
It's
to your
36 minutes.
Encore
I really don't
stuff.
want to be here
Oh
for
my
36
gosh.
minutes.
Who wants to bet how many 5/5?
All right, man. Another. So here's the thing: is it's 6 mana. Vivid create a number of 5/5 green, red and green elemental creature tokens equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. You're hoping for 5, and then gain life equal to the number of creatures you control. Okay, but there's no trample on it. for these tokens. So you're just creating tokens that won't have haste. You're just asking somebody to board what. Hey, look, I'm not hating on these cards. I mean, I'm just thinking, from perspective mind of how I play Magic. But I think if you just like to have fun, sure, go for it. It's 6 mana though.
What you make on average?
I unfortunately cannot take part in this bet.
Yeah, you know.
But I can tell you who wins the bet.
Oh, okay.
2, 3 on average.
Yeah.
Slicked Cops continue to fill out cycles that are staples of Commander mana bases.
Is Abundant Countryside, is that a new card?
Then Abundant Countryside can help you cast any color of creature, or let you use extra mana to make a changeling token. So 2 of these are cycles that we've recognized before. Very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are continuing the cycle of bicycle lands and tango lands, trying to boost
I do like
Commander pre-con mana
The
bases
Tango
just a little bit.
and Cycle lands, because when you do get a
One
lot
other
of
thing I
lands
love
in your
about these
hand, like I
lands
just
is
want
they're
to draw
fetchable because
cards.
they have types on them, so just makes
it's
mana
always great.
bases so much smoother.
I'm like a dog. I love to fetch.
You like shuffling? Ugh.
And then we also have a new special
That was
land,
a
my
terrible
countryside.
comment. Shame on you.
Cutest art.
It's so cute.
My favorite art in the whole suite of products here.
I mean, not to mention, this is a pretty powerful card in any sort of typal deck. Having a land that can just spit out more of the thing your whole deck cares about.
Oh yeah, your worst nightmare is not
I mean, it's
having
6 mana
some
though,
of the
so let's not get
creatures
too
that you
happy
need
about
for your
it.
Cards that are in this deck, but they're also from the main set. Let's take a look. Flamebrighter is a 2-mana creature that lets you ramp into higher cost elementals fast while also fixing your colors.
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
Eclipsed Flamekin that lets you dig for lands and elemental cards from the top of your deck. And Shimmer Creep drains your opponent's life based on the number of colors you've assembled on your board.
So my eyes immediately are
feel
drawn
like
to Flame Braider, bit of a
Some of these
callback
card
to
mechanics
Smoke
are kind
Braider,
of
and
equal
these elements
to what is it? Shoot, what's the dragon from? I'm hurting myself today. It's very early in the morning. Oh my gosh. He's like the 5 mana dragon, not the dragon, but the one from Ravnica. And Niv Mizzet, right? Like where he cares about, I think he cares about like 2 colors. But some of these
elementals,
mechanics are just
they
reminding
tend
me of
to
that.
come with expensive price tags, so being able to tap for 2 mana seems like a good deal to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you need
for
some ramp
me, I
for
want
what
to
they're trying to
see
do
a
in this
lot.
deck.
A couple here, but we're going to show all of them at the end of the video, so stick around if you want to see more.
Endurance,
Timeless
dope,
Lotus is
Fury,
getting its
dope,
first reprint
Timeless
ever. This
Lotus,
5-mana rock
dope.
can tap to provide 1 mana of each color. Endurance and
These are old
Fury
cards,
also
so I
return
don't
with
think there's
new
much to cover
Lorwyn
here.
themed art. These elementals can be evoked by exiling cards from your hand rather than spending
Oh,
mana.
that's all we get from that? Oh man, okay.
Cursewretch.
Auntie Ool Curse-Wretch
I'm
gives
still not
value as
like
-1/-1
on the
counters
auntie
hit the
thing.
board.
Like,
When they land
I'm
on
like,
your creatures, you get to draw cards. And when they go on your opponent's creatures, those players lose life.
Auntie.
I still don't know how I feel about that command. I don't know if I like it, but
I am so excited to talk about this deck. I think people have been asking for a -1/-1 counters deck in Jund.
This is a very cool commander that you've had some
They've been
firsthand
asking
experience
specifically
with.
for
What do you think
Jund.
about Auntie?
I think Auntie is my favorite Auntie. I'll just say that. All my aunties log off. I'm going to say some stuff you don't want to hear. She is just so much value. I found myself discarding a lot of cards because I was drawing so much. It was an embarrassment of riches. And it really does just pay off everything this deck wants to be
all right.
doing.
He's drawing a lot of cards, which is something I love to do. What is he talking about? So it has War Blight 2. Okay, whatever. Whenever 1 or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, draw a card if you control that creature. If you don't control, its control loses 1 life. So I'm assuming this deck is just really obviously built around that, and that's probably why it's drawing a lot of cards. So let's see
Like
let's
the
see
push
what's
and
going
pull
on
of
here.
this deck, because I think when you have a -1/-1 counter deck, 2 counters when it enters.
All right, so the Reaper, King No More. That's actually a sick little art there they got there. Enters, put a -1/-1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a -1/-1 on it dies, you may put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Do this only once each turn. All right, yeah, okay, whatever. Come on, Wizards. Come on.
I'm going to get a little lore here. So scarecrows come from tree folks.
What?
Whoa, what? I didn't know that.
Like
Right
in the
here.
way that sticks come from trees? From reaping them?
From reaping them. indeed.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
And so I was just like, oh, this is perfect. This puts -1/-1 counters on your opponent's creatures, and it turns them into like the scarecrow.
One thing about Auntie Ool is that she doesn't have an enabler built in, whereas his enters trigger does start throwing around some -1/-1 counters, and I think it's super
Yeah,
cool.
she's 4
because
mana, so you gotta
now it's
be
a
like
potential thing.
set up for it
Value,
anyway.
But when they do, it gains a -1/-1 counter. Then, if it dies with those counters on it, the goat's owner can reap huge rewards.
I love this goat. When we saw this card, I was just like, who doesn't want a mace-wielding goat in their life?
Yeah.
For the lower price of just 1 mana, you can have it. And the payoff for the owner is pretty incredible. And
It's actually
I don't know
kind
why
of
he drew
cool.
so many
It's
cards.
unique.
First, I just want to speak to the trust issues this goat. I found everyone obsessed with stealing the goat.
It says draw a card.
Yeah.
You pay the one, and you draw the card.
And so your opponents may be so caught up in the value of drawing cards. Maybe you know people like that.
It's kind of dope.
You still
What's the humble defector kind of effect, right? Except you don't get the payoff until it's actually done. But I guess it's your creature with a -1 counter on it. So if you have your commander out, right, you're gonna draw a card based on that. So
still draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
And in
What
our
else you
case,
got?
They're going to put -1 counters on creatures.
okay, so Sinister Gnarlbark. God, that's a tongue twister. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card and blight one. Okay. 3 mana, 0/4, so it can block some stuff. You get a good payout. I mean, that's dope. It's very synergistic with your commander. When this creature enters, moving on to Dread Tiller. Man, somebody tell me about my dreads. It's killing me. 1 green and a black. When this creature enters, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. So free for all, whatever you want to choose. Whenever a creature with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, you may put a land from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. Okay. Okay. So the thing has to die. Are there token generators in this? I'm just assuming like how many things are gonna die in this deck. So Village Pillagers, Wither. All right, dope. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a counter on it dies, you create a tap treasure token. This thing's 5 mana. I don't know.
Mr. Gnarlbark is a 3-mana tree folk that gives card draw on your end step.
It's a
at the
lot.
cost
I don't
of
know if I'm
blighting a
sold on it.
creature. Dread Tiller is a scarecrow that watches
Alright, what
for
else we
blighted
talking about? What
creatures
else
to
we talking
die
about?
that put counters on stuff. This next group of cards that we're going to talk about benefit from those counters. Let's get into it.
Wickersmith's Tool, like that name. 3 mana. Whenever one or more -1/-1 counters are put on the creature, put a charge counter on this artifact. Tap it for any 1 mana of color. You pay 5, sacrifice this artifact, create X, tap, 2/2, colorless scarecrow artifact creature tokens. For X is the number of charge. Okay. So I guess you're making tokens. Fair for Young New. I like the art on that. That is so dope. 7 mana. All right, I'm already in tears. When it enters, create a number of 1/1 green sapperling creature tokens equal to the number of counters among creature target player controls. Double the number of each kind of counter on target creature. Okay, so we're making okay. So we're making the 1/1s like I was thinking like we needed to do in order to get things to die with -1 counters on it and draw. And then Eventide Shadow, 5 mana black, hurt me. Remove any number of counters from among permanents on the battlefield. You draw cards and lose life equal to the number of counters removed this way. Baller. Alright, I like it. That's probably gonna be a very, very big mass drawing effect.
Smith's Tools is
I like
a
it.
3-mana rock that charges up as you dish out -1/-1 counters. Later, it can be sacrificed for an army of version in it. Let's talk about some new cards in that category. Aberrant Return.
Aberrant Return, 6 mana. Ugh. Put 1, 2, or 3 target creature cards from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Each of them enters with a. We've seen so many effects like this. I mean, thankfully it's in a commander deck, so it's not like heartbreaking to me, but it's so many card effects like this. It just added the fact that you can put a -1 counter on each of those creatures entering. Grave Venerations, 4 mana enchantment. When it enters, you become the monarch. Cool. Beginning inset. If you're the monarch, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, and whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses. Okay, it's okay. I like the art on all these except for these weird bears. Puka's Covenant. All right, who's Puka? Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it dies, you may return another target permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters on that creature from your graveyard to your hand. You just own it once each turn. All right, sounds synergistic to the deck.
Is a 6 mana sorcery that gets you the 3 best creatures from among everyone's
Let's hear-
graveyards.
yeah, I wanna hear
Each
about this
comes back
Puka.
with belly.
It's definitely something
Puka
the deck
Nakua?
really wants because it's constantly
Wrong channel.
consuming its own
No sports players.
resources.
All right.
It needs a lot of ways to kind of come back from the dead, so to speak. And it was another opportunity to give a little bit of something to non--1/1/1 counter decks as well.
And in its fail case, you can get back a fetch land.
Yeah.
And just get a little bit of value that way. But there are several cards in this deck that you want to pile up the counters on. So don't underestimate how big of a permanent you might be able to get with this.
Absolutely. And finally, there are a couple cards from the main set in this precon that haven't been showed off yet. So we're going to take a look at those. Burning Curiosity is an impulse draw spell that digs deeper if you're willing to blight a creature. Then there's Lasting Tarfire, an enchantment that can burn your opponents at everyone's end steps, if you've put a counter on a creature that turn.
Burn is not usually my jam, but when it comes with 3
Boo,
cards, I
CGB,
can be
it's mine.
convinced.
Drawing
the
cards and
highlights
burning
right now.
people.
Necroskitter is a staple of -1/1 counter decks that returns with new Lorwyn art. Tree of Perdition brings along a powerful life-swapping ability, and it can hold a lot of -1/1 counters. And Fire Covenant is a potential one-sided board wipe that debuted way back in Ice Age.
So I am a huge Fire Covenant fan, so finding a way to sneak it in the precon, well, I guess I should say I definitely didn't sneak it in so much as ham-fisted over.
Give me my card.
This is the first non-secret lair reprint of this card since Ice Age.
And it's a humble uncommon. How strong could it be?
Very.
Yeah.
It's a very strong.
These first 2 archetypal cards that both have Convoke, and they're going to be powerful in their own ways. Bloodline Bidding is an 8 mana sorcery with Convoke. It lets you return all creature cards of a type of your choice from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Wow.
And Collective
Hold on.
Inferno is all creature cards.
Are you What? All right, that is so unfair. I mean,
Of a type of your choice from the graveyard to the battlefield. And Collective Inferno is a damage doubling enchantment for
all right. Look. I said it. Tribal. Look at this. Look at this. It's 5 mana though. Oh wait, Convoke. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, Lurgoys, here we go.
any one creature type. That
We
you
did
can
it this
also
way.
play
It
out
gave me
early with
something.
Convoke.
Can we just talk about the art for Bloodline Bidding first?
Ugh, gnarly. Are they rats? No, they're pigs.
That is very disturbing.
Or
It's so good.
Wistfulness. Wistfulness is an elemental format.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next card we're going to talk about is a part of a cycle that you've seen the beginning of, and it's going to continue today. Let's talk about Wistfulness. Wistfulness is an elemental with Evoke. Spending green on it lets you exile an artifact or enchantment, while spending blue gives card advantage. And if you pay the full mana cost, you can get both, along with a huge 6/5 body.
I think it's cool when
That is
creatures
true,
do
you
stuff
could
that
get both.
spells do.
I'm
entirely like a
invoking
good
that thing, but
activist
I'm not gonna
effect,
sit
okay?
there.
Especially if you could double it.
Spend mana for that.
Congratulations, you got 6/5.
Then you can pay to transform her into. Grub Storied Matriarch is a 2/1 with Menace, who rescues a goblin from the graveyard when she enters. Then you can pay to transform her into Grub Notorious Auntie. Whenever this side of Grub attacks, you can blight another creature to get a tapped and attacking copy of it.
You want to say anything about this?
Killing me
one?
with the auntie effect, though.
Okay, not my
Side being the Shadowmoor side, and this one's really interesting.
The goblins
because
are
it's
kind of
got
that they
an
do.
ETB on the front.
Like if you watch the previous video, you've been following what's going on. Like they did do like the whole Fraggle Rock, Jim Henson creature shop, and the art kind of does look like those kind of puppet creatures that he would make. So I'm kind of happy about it, but I just don't need a 5-minute song. I don't know if it was 5 minutes, but it felt like 5 minutes on that intro. What else we talked about? Oh, now that's a card. Look at that art. Wow. That is amazing. Okay, so Doran, besieged by time. Dope freaking name. One in Abzon. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than it. So it's a toughness commander creature. Okay. Oh, that's it. It just reduces and pumps, but does not grant the ability to actually attack. I love the art though.
Toughness.
No, love the art.
Look at him, he's never looked better. This art is incredible.
The art's amazing. Both of them.
I like the
versions
first art. The
are
first
so
art.
good.
frame on the borderless is just wow.
I mean, I love.
All right, what are you talking about? What are we talking about?
Lorwyn Eclipsed. In stores
January
January 23rd.
Available January 23rd, 2026. Okay. Wow, there's some actually dope stuff. Oh, is this what? Okay, they're just showing all the cards. Like, this is how they want to do it. All right, cool. Sure. Whatever. Hey, what did you think? Obviously, it's not the whole commander deck reveal, but I do try to do like the reaction to things. I don't know if I'm gonna actually do a deck reveal. Leave that up to you all. Like, should I cover the actual deck and what I think about it in perspective? When I play Magic, there's 3 things I try to look for as far as how I'm gonna build the commander, right? Am I just trying to have fun? Am I trying to have fun and win? Or am I just trying to win? And usually with pre-cons is you're just trying to have fun. I will say lately though, Wizards has been making decks where you're trying to have fun and win. They've been getting better at that and looking at the tribal effects that are so powerful in these, not only the commander decks themselves, but also in the actual main set. Looks like you're gonna have a lot to work with. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Should I cover it? What did you think of the reveal cards that they show for the commander set? And I'll catch you next time.